do me a favor, watch the video, drop a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, hey, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of The Front. I was going to take a break today because today's Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. But I thought, I'm going to go live anyway, and I'm going to share some tips on live streaming. So, a couple quick reminders as I get started here. You can always head on over to leadtheteam.net for free sales training, for motivational content, and for leadership tips. Reminder that I do share an episode of The Front most every Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesdays is normally a live leadership lesson. Sundays is normally a recorded kind of how-to set of episodes. So I would love for you to click the reminder icon, subscribe on the YouTube, subscribe on The Front podcast page, and I'd love to have you jump in here and join me. So today I am going to be sharing 3 tips for live streaming success right after this.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, The Front.
Yes, that's right. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me today on The Front. This is going to be a different episode. So let me lay a little bit of groundwork. I got my phone around me. I'm not doing any recording. I'm live on my personal Facebook page. And the reason it's going to be live, let me give you a little bit of info here as we talk. And I'm going to be talking about live streaming success. That's going to come here in just a second. First off, I've got a few things to give away, and that's part of the reason it's a different episode. One, if you share the show before the show's over today, then you will get a chance to win one of these lovely Lead the Team t-shirts. So I just got a bunch of these in. So if you share the show before I'm done live streaming, I'm going to do it really scientific. See, I don't have a producer like the ADL guys and stuff. So my scientific method is going to be that my wife and I are going to put everybody's names in a hat that share the show, and then I'll pull one out. So if you share it, you get a chance to win a shirt. Second thing, and I'd worked with Matt Koenig last week. He was doing 2-for-1, some discount tickets and so forth. And I got a few tickets to the Rockstar Conference coming up May 13th and 14th. So if you share the show and you have a desire to go to the Rockstar Auto Conference, the only additional thing you got to do is send me a message on why it's important for you to go. Send me your email address. Send me a message on why it's important for you to go. And out of all the DMs, then I will pick a winner out of that, and I'll give you a ticket to the Rockstar Conference coming up next May 13th and 14th. So that's the 2 ways you can win here right now. And I see some people coming in. So a few quick shout outs. Ryan, good to see you, man. I can't pull people in on this sort of software right now. So I would love to do a live stream with you. Ken, thanks for stopping by. Joshua Thomas, thank you for stopping by. Sean Hayes, Joe Calla, Rick, thank you guys for popping in here and joining me for this live episode of The Front. So 2 ways to win right now while I'm live. Share the show. Before the live goes away, you could win a t-shirt. Share the show, message me your email address and why you want to go to the Rockstar Conference. You could win a Rockstar Conference ticket. Then also, I'm going to premiere this same show, not live, at 7:05 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel. All right? And that'll be 5:05 p.m. Mountain. When it goes live on my YouTube channel, anybody that makes a comment on this video between now and tomorrow at noon, I'm going to draw a random winner, and I'll give you a Lead the Team shirt. Yay! So I've got all this stuff that, as these are coming in, one of my goals in this next year is that I want to hit 20,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel so that I can get the word out on sales training and motivational, content and ways for people to do that. And tips for leaders, tips for managers, whether you're in automotive or a different vertical. And one way that we can do that in mass, or one way that I can do that in mass, is if more people are subscribing and watching the shows. So that's the opportunity. And you can click. All right, Josh, thanks, man. And Frank Lopes, hey, good afternoon. So you can click, there's a link in the description. It's a bit.ly link that says, hey, click here. When you click that, it'll automatically ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'd like you to do that. So Getting into today's episode, I'm talking about and I'm sharing 3 tips for live streaming success. And like I said, this is not my normal type of show. However, since I am often going live, I'm doing a lot of live streaming right now. I'm doing a ton of it, right? I'm going live in platforms like this on my personal page. I'm going live every morning on Morning Verses with Mike. So if you need some morning Jesus, you want to get in and learn a little bit more about the Bible and talk about a Bible verse, that's an avenue that I would invite you to join me on each morning. That's 6:15 a.m. Mountain, right? And I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm sharing pre-made content. And so over time, I've had more and more people asking me, hey, what would you do here? What would you do to try this? Or how would you do that? And so I figured, look, I'm just going to share my top 3 things. And these are not like super scientific. It's just stuff that I do. So I hope it's helpful to you this afternoon. And thanks for tuning in. And I figured what better way to do this than I'm not going to record it. I'm going to go live, man. And we're going to talk about live streaming success on a live stream, right? So if you have questions too, if you've got questions on stuff, fire them off in the sidebar. I'll be happy to answer any and every question to the best of my ability if you have those regarding live streaming and video and such. And if it's your first time here, click the live notification icon. So here we go. Let's get into talking about these 3 tips. Number 1, test your equipment. I know it may seem simple, right? But so often we will jump in and we go, wow, I'm just going to go live on my phone real quick. Well, if you're setting up something that you want to have a long-standing successful live stream, if you want to have a long-standing successful show, it's not so much the quality of equipment. If this is something you want to do, just get started. You can start from a phone. You can start from a camera. I was watching a YouTube creator the other day, and for goodness sake, I can't remember his name, but he was testing equipment and camera equipment from like 2003, right? And it's still certainly functional. It's not about necessarily the quality of equipment. As long as you've tested it out, you know that it works, and you know that it's all going to work together. Right? So when you're talking about like cameras, I'm just, to stream right now, I'm using a Logitech webcam, right? There are many people, I think Glenn Lundy uses his Mac camera to still go live from. And certainly you can get really high tech, really kick butt stuff, higher end Canon and Sony cameras and everything else. I've got, for my regular vlogs and so forth, I do the Canon G7X Mark II. I love this camera, but it's not so much about the level equipment as that it's all going to work together and that you've tested it, right? You know your batteries are charged. You know that your microphone is working. And you could say, gosh, Mike, this is so basic. It's a really simple tip. That's true, but oftentimes, and we've all caught it, where someone will have and you cannot plan for an accidental equipment failure, right? Stuff's going to happen, right? Your internet's going to go down. You can't control that stuff. But the things that you can control, the fact that your lights are plugged in or charged or in the right place and those kind of things, the things that you can control, you should control, right? So that's tip number 1, test your equipment. Tip number 2 is to be prepared. So often we say, well, I'm going to go live and I'm worried I want all these people to come and watch and see what it is that I'm doing and see what it is that I'm sharing. Well, one of the best ways to have more people watch your content is to be prepared with what it is that you're going to share. And I don't mean you have to have a script. You don't have to have anything memorized. Like for myself, it's really scientific. I'll show you. I print out a little bit before my show here. I always keep it to 1 page or less and just some bullet points, right? And you have these bullet points so that they'll keep you on track and moving through what your message is. So it's not like you have to have a full-on script or something memorized. And I will tell you, when you're on a live stream, people aren't worried about you being perfect, right? It's okay to show some flaws. It's okay to say some oohs and ums and make mistakes and trip over your words. I do it all the time, right? And be less than polished. That's what makes you human. But being prepared, if you're just jotting down a few notes and it keeps you on that track, it'll maintain your message so that people will know, hey, look, there's something else coming. He's moving along. There's another point to this. It's not just getting on and rambling all about because you want, well, gosh, I hope people will watch this. I've got a few people on the side. Josh Thomas says, reminds me of Casey Neistat. $25 camera's good enough. Big budget film. Yeah, Casey Neistat is awesome. I am a huge fan of his. And you're right, it doesn't matter what you're starting with. Jordan, good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Joe, thank you for the comments, man. And Josh says, I feel like I'm never prepared. Just jot down 2-3 ideas. Keep you on the path, right? It's the roadmap to continue from point A in the video to point B to point C all the way through to the end. My third tip is that you gotta be consistent. Just like uploads on YouTube. Like if you're going to consistently upload one certain day or 2 certain days or every morning, you have to be consistent. It doesn't have to be like the exact same time. It doesn't have to be well, listen, we're going to go at 1:05 p.m. and 32 seconds. And that's not what I'm talking about being consistent. It's just the fact that people come to expect you're going to be producing content on a given day or a given time or in a given genre or niche, right? So for me, and I'm speaking from my own perspective, I produce live videos for this channel, for my channel, The Front, on Wednesdays. Almost always are live. And often it's a live leadership lesson. I opted not to do that today because Halloween, I got kids, man, and that would run right into trick-or-treat time. You know how that would work out. But I've gotten consistent at doing Wednesday live videos. And then Sundays generally are my recorded videos that I upload to all the platforms. And that's just my methodology. But whatever it is for you, like, you've got to stay consistent. I also, like I said, I mentioned a minute ago, the Bible verse videos that I share, the morning verses with Mike, I share those every Monday through Friday at 6:15 a.m. There's not a lot of production value to it. I just jump on, go live. It's 5 minutes. And people have come to expect that. You get some of the same viewers and you get new viewers, people that are jumping in. So, for me, those are the 3 most valuable things when it comes to live streaming. And I'm not talking about, there's a whole bunch of other pieces to video content. In addition to this, like I'll strip out the audio and I share the audio as an audio podcast on different channels. You can get in if you're doing the video portions and, do recorded video and really cool intros and bumpers and exit videos and all of those things. There's a whole bunch of other pieces to producing video content if that's something that you're like, hey, this is what I want to do for certain. I'm just talking in general. If you are somebody that, like for me, there's a fire that burns that I want to be able to share that fire and help to teach other people and make an impact. And like I said at the beginning of the video, one of my goals is just to grow my YouTube channel, not for my sake, but because it allows me to touch other people. And so for me, those were the 3 most valuable things. I'm going to hit those one more time in case you missed them or in case you came in late or that kind of deal. And I'm going to review one more time. I got a couple questions for you guys. I'll review one more time what we're doing, and then we'll wrap it for today. So my 3 live streaming tips. 1, test the equipment. It's really, really important. Whatever equipment it is that you are using, it's important that you test it. 2, make sure you're prepared. Have some sort of preparation, some sort of plan, some sort of idea, even if it's a one-line idea that you can expand on. And some people really want a script. Some people want everything lined out for you, and that's cool, man. If that's your method, do what works for you. And then the 3rd one is to be consistent. Whatever it is you're going to do. If you want to have a continuing live stream and start to build a community around that, and you want to start to build a channel or a presence, whether it be in automotive, certainly where I'm at a lot, or in another vertical or different area of business, you got to be consistent with what it is that, when you're sharing and what it is that you're sharing. And like for me, my message is always training, motivation, leadership. Those are my 3 key points. And so like for this, even though it's a little different style video, this is training. Like this is sharing. Look, here's how, we have so many people that are live streaming and sharing live video right now. Here's one way that may work for you. So let me ask you a question. If you're watching this, what are some other ways that you could think of that would create great live stream sessions? What are some other things that you do maybe on your end that you say, hey, I know Frank Lopes went through here earlier. Frank is one of the things that he does that's so unique. He does these live with Lopes. If you haven't seen him, you got to watch him, right? This is off track now, but it is awesome because Frank, someone should tag him right at this point, if you would, for me, just to know that I'm giving him the shout out on this. But the live with Lopes, because he pulls in all these other people, so you never know what you're going to get, right? And so that's a unique niche that Frank is creating, so it's pretty neat. So if you have some suggestions, I'd say share those in the sidebar. So that's the whole message for today. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that are joining live, thank you. If you're joining later on, I really appreciate you also. Do me a favor, click the share button on the video, and there's instructions up at the top or on the side, depending on maybe the other side. I don't know which direction I'm pointing. I said, be prepared, but I don't know which direction I'm going. So there's directions. One, if you share the show, I will pull at random a name and I will give you a cool Lead the Team t-shirt. If you share the show and you have an interest in going to the Rockstar Conference next May, I got some tickets to give away, so send me a message with your email and why you deserve to go to the Rockstar Conference, and I'll pick a winner at random there. And then thirdly, the way to win another winner is a shirt would be click that link that's in the description of the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and comment on this video on YouTube once it premieres later tonight. So you guys that are on Facebook watching live, you're getting the pregame show, right? Because this is the only place I'm streaming it right now, just one spot. And share in the comment, subscribe, and then share a comment on this video, and I'll draw a winner at random. You have to have the comment in on the YouTube video by noon tomorrow. So for those of you that joined in, thank you so much. Josh Thomas says, speaks the truth. Thanks for the great nuggets. You're welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. So if you like this kind of video too, let me know. I'm going to repost this on the Front podcast page on Facebook. And like I said, it'll premiere tonight on YouTube also. So please, I'd love if you'd participate in the comments and join in there. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will tell you what, until we speak next, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.